Okay, we're on day 3 of my 14-day carnivore diet challenge, and I wanted to give you guys an update on day 2. And this is I'm doing this live on YouTube for 2 reasons. Number 1, to remind myself. But number 2, to also share, my experience in the hopes that it'll help somebody else. So, in case we haven't met before, my name is April Bragg, and I am a Christian life and relationship coach. And so, why is that important? Well, it's not, except when you're trying to do something this extreme, like cutting out all other food groups except meat. There's the actual physical difficulties, and then there's the mind drama that wants to come up. And this is something that I have. So I wanted to talk about staying committed through, something difficult. So even if you're not doing a carnivore diet, but if you're doing something challenging, I want you to be aware that there's two things going on. So we're starting day 3, ending day 2. And what's so interesting is this excitement keeps you going for a while. That first couple of days, and then you see this whoosh on the scale. You drop a few of those extra water weight pounds, and you're like, this is awesome. But there's going to come a point when when my excitement ends. I'm counting on it. So, tip number 1 is know that excitement cannot carry you all the way through, that there is going to become a point when your excitement ends. I know my excitement is going to end literally, if it doesn't before then, on Saturday. Why Saturday? Because I'm going to a family reunion where there's going to be all kinds of amazing foods. And I am a foodie person. So, what do you do when the excitement ends? Because you cannot rely upon excitement to keep you motivated. Well, you need to find your motivation from other places. So, for me, I remember that I remind myself that in my best life, I really do want, clear mental capacity. I really do want as much of a measure of health as is available to me in God's will. And I actually think that a lot of us are missing that, the maximum availability of health, sometimes through no fault of our own. We have been taught some really, really awful advice by some really, really outspoken so called experts. So do your research. Do your research is, piece number 1. Piece number 2, really listen to your body. Just because they say something's good for you might not be good for you. And they might be wrong. The experts, might be wrong on the grand scheme of things. So if you are somebody who believes that things are created from order and that there's a system and that there's a purpose for everything, then it only makes sense that there is a general ideal way to eat, you know. So, a way that's going to suit us. And so, listen to your body. Your body will tell you. I get a little frustrated when people are like, "Well, this is good for you. This food is good for you for this reasons, but it's bad for you for these reasons." And and they kind of make it sound like all foods are bad. Okay, maybe that's not the case. Maybe the case is this. There's some really poor studies out there. But anyway, that's why I say you need to listen to your body first of all. Now, in listening to your body, you also need to realize that there's a few things going on. Like for me, I knew listening to my body, I'm going to have to separate feeling unwell, for example, It might be caused by something I ate, or it might be caused by the fact that I would have withdrawal symptoms. So for me, I did not take on the challenge of quitting caffeine as I'm also taking out all the flour and the sugar in my life. Okay. One challenge at a time. But if you'll even notice, I've got a little sore on my nose. This is not typical for me, but I think it's because, my body is detoxing. I mean, seriously, it let go of 3 pounds overnight, which brings me to also my weight this morning was almost exactly the same, like 160.2, whereas yesterday it was like 160.4. So that did not discourage me. That was to be expected. But I did have yesterday acid reflux after eating every single time. And but I've had acid reflux in the past. That's why I wanted to try out this diet too. So, I did not take the first sign of acid reflux and say this is not working. It's like, no, this is a symptom I've had for a while. Let's pay attention to it, see if it's getting better or worse or staying the same. So, it was as frequent as before, and it was to the extent as before. Um, if it continues, then I can start doing research on, what might be contributing to that. Maybe I'm using too much pepper. My body doesn't tolerate pepper. So, I mean, it's so much easier to do these when you get down to such a limited diet. So, anyway, do your research, run experiments, be willing to question things. So that's what I'm doing. So I'm starting day 3. Oh, talking about staying motivated. Also, make sure you don't make it harder than it needs to be. Make sure you do things that you're looking forward to. So I know that day 3 is going to be kind of like where I'm kind of like, I'm kind of getting tired of this food. So I'm bringing in the big guns. Ribeyes. I plan on having ribeyes for, eating today. I always love ribeyes, and I plan on not eating until it sounds good. So this is fascinating to me because one of the things I'm learning is how much I eat out of entertainment versus how much I actually eat for nutrition. So I am really, looking forward to getting back in touch with my hunger signals. And then when I'm hungry, going for some ribeye. Who doesn't like ribeye? If you're watching this video, you probably do. All right. So anyway, I'm starting day 3, ending up day 2. Let's see. My weight stayed the same as the day before. Um, I'm very thirsty. I need more water, I can tell. I haven't had a lot this morning. I'm not hungry yet. And let's see. What are the other benefits? I should have written these down before. The other benefits are, oh, I'm calming down a little bit. I can tell, it feels good. So anyway, we'll keep an eye on it. But yesterday also, I had an odd pain in my lower back, almost like in the hip, and an exact same pain in the top of my left thigh. So it was on my left back, left thigh, and it was not unbearable, but it's like it's still tender today. So I'm not sure what that's about. That's interesting to me. Anyway, I hope this is helpful for you. If you're interested in more videos, make sure you follow along. But seriously, remember this in staying committed, don't rely upon excitement. Understand that excitement is going to be what gets you started. But to stay motivated, you've got to think of all of the long term benefits that you're going after. Okay. The benefits, the long term goals. And you're gonna wanna remind yourself. So how are you gonna remind yourself? Well, you could start a vlog on YouTube. You could, keep a journal. You could post pictures. You could, put up reminders, but keep after the excitement wanes, it will be your job to keep yourself motivated. Okay. And you got the power to do that. You have to pay attention to your thoughts. You have to think about things that will keep you motivated. Like I am looking forward to. And I would recommend that that is something that you do. If you have started a goal and you feel your motivation is waning, go back and remember what were all the things that you were looking forward to. I am looking forward to. I am anticipating when I weigh this much, when I can stretch down and touch my toes without pain, when I can feel calm throughout my entire day, when I have more energy, when my skin is not as itchy, and when I'm sleeping better. All these things. Make a list. And after you make that list, you're going to find out that your motivation is refreshed and it will make it easier to follow your plan. All right. I hope that helps you when you're trying to achieve your goals. Okay. Talk to you later. Bye bye.